Hello everyone, I am Sai and welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In today's video to compare the Realme X7 Max versus Mi 11X device. Which phone is the best option to buy right now? So the reason I am doing this video is because of the Flipkart big savings day is going on for the Realme X7 Max, and Mi 11X is also going on with the Amazon Prime Day sales. And a lot of users, they are actually confused which phone to buy. And this video will be really helpful, friends. Don't try to skip anything. So if you are seriously looking into buy the smartphone, try to watch till end of the video, because this is my complete realistic review. I'll try to give you, friends, complete unbiased review, and none of these videos are any kind of sponsored or any kind of review units. So you'll be seeing realistic results in this entire video. And I'll try to include all these kind of topics which I'll be discussing about the performance, RAM management, UI, display, build quality, camera connectivity, and battery and charging. Each and every small details I'll try to include each and everything. So if I say something about negative thing about any of this phone, so there's actually a proof. There's actually a proof video I did upload for every problem and for every issue what are these phones are faced. I did upload a video, so you can check those videos in case if you're interested. So first, let's start with the price. The price of the Realme X7 Max is available in the Flipkart for about 24,999 during this Flipkart big savings day without using any bank discount cards. And whereas the Mi 11X device, during the Amazon Prime Day sales, you can get this phone for about 27,999. So in terms of the price range, so I think extra 3,000 difference is there between this both phones. Let's see, for this 3,000, is it does it do justification to buy the Mi 11X device or go for the Realme X7 Max? And let's start with the first thing, which is a performance wise. So in terms of the performance wise, both phones are completely different processor. Dimensity 1200 in this Realme X7 Max, and the Snapdragon 870 chipset in this phone. So when it comes to the performance and the UI and the RAM management, both phones are completely equal. Yes, friends, absolutely. So I did not see any kind of major difference in terms of the RAM management and the UI, even in the performance as well. So these two phones are slightly kind of close to equal. But the Snapdragon 870, which is present in the iQOO 7 device, I did see a huge improvement. But Snapdragon, same chipset which is present in this phone, it's not that optimized. Maybe because of the heavy UI from the MIUI, that might be the reason. That's the reason you are seeing this kind of similar kind of benchmarks and all the details. So whenever you do the another benchmark score in the Mi 11X device, I used to get the another benchmark score about 6,80,000 and 6,85,000. In the Realme X7 Max, I used to get the score about 6,80,000 and 90,000. Some users, they did report that they got the 7 lakhs. I'm not sure they are using 8GB or 12GB RAM variant, but I'm using 8GB RAM variant. Till now, I did close to 50 to 40 another benchmark test. Not even single time it reached the 7 lakhs in this phone. It did not even reach. This is my 8GB RAM variant. And in this Mi 11X device, you are seeing the really very low scores because the storage is completely filled. But try to focus on the CPU and the GPU. CPU and the GPU is really higher than the Dimensity 1200. As you can see, friends, absolutely, it's higher than this Dimensity 1200. So slightly, a little bit kind of higher in terms of the performance. That is what I can definitely say that. So in terms of the games optimization, which phone is best? So obviously, friends, the Snapdragon processor is still now the best. Snapdragon processor, not only in the Battlegrounds mobile. If you take other games like Call of Duty, Snapdragon processor is the best. But right now with the Dimensity 1200, only this one game got optimized. Not any other game. Yeah, not any other game. So only this one game, which is a PUBG, and this game got optimized in terms of having the 90 FPS support. But right now we cannot have the 90 FPS in this phone. Maybe with the next version 1.6, we might see the 90 FPS option in this phone. That's another thing. So even though the phone has got 120Hz and 90 FPS support, the UI is so bad that it won't allow you to play at 90 FPS and it won't allow you to play at 120 FPS. That is the reason, friends, that's really disappointing for the Realme UI users. So it's very strange. You do have really hardware capabilities, and the software optimization Realme UI is not that great. I'm not sure when they'll be able to fix it. If you want the proof, try to check this video. I'm not showing this video for the views. I'm trying to show you for the proof. Try to check this video and you will definitely understand. So I did not have any kind of issues in the Mi 11X device. No. Mi 11X device supports 120 FPS gaming 100% fine without any kind of issues. No issues at all in this phone. But only issues are happening with this Realme UI in the Realme X7 Max in terms of supporting higher FPS. So that's the thing which I thought of just mentioning when comparing both phones. So for gaming, which phone is the best? For gaming, absolutely, I think both phones are kind of close to each other. So if you don't care about the Snapdragon and Dimensity, then both are same. If you care about the Dimensity, you can choose this one, but Snapdragon this one. If you ask me which I will choose for the gaming, I would say I'll choose the Snapdragon processor. Yes, absolutely. And next it comes to the heating issues. Heating, both are not not good. I mean, not great. I mean, not so much eating issues. It's kind of okay. So minimum eating issue is close to 40 degrees only I did observe in both phones. That's kind of okay, I would say. So in the beginning, both phones used to be heat a lot, but after with the software updates, the heating decreased because of the performance also decreased with the updates. That is the reason some of the users there did mention the performance also decreased. So I don't have any kind of comments on the performance, but I can definitely comment on the heating. Heating, I don't have any kind of problems in this both phones. But playing at 90 FPS, you will have definitely heating issues in this phone. Next, the display. Display in terms of both phones, they do have the Super AMOLED displays, no issues in the Super AMOLED displays. But one common thing, one small problem. In the Realme X7 Max, I'm not getting the touch sampling rate of up to 360 Hz. So what the company is actually claiming, I'm not getting the touch sampling rate. Whereas in the Mi Line X device, I'm getting exactly 360 Hz. Yes, 100% without any kind of. I'll try to show you the live demonstration. So this is the application which I'm trying to use right now, which is coming at around 480 Hz. So it's kind of close to 480 minus 120 Hz. So 360 Hz touch sampling rate. But in the Realme X7 Max, I'm not getting any kind of close to 360 Hz. As you can see, I'm using only 120 Hz refresh rate. As you can see, friends, I'm using 120 Hz only refresh rate. As you can see, it's showing only 360 Hz. So 360 Hz minus 120 Hz, 120 Hz refresh rate. So you get only 240 Hz touch sampling rate in this phone. But in this phone, I'm getting 360 Hz. That's the one thing difference is there. In terms of the display problems, I think Mi11X has got the green tint problem issue, and the black color is getting crushed in this phone. Few of the other issues with the display, but this phone is suffering from the one thin line when you're trying to watch a videos. Yes, whenever you watch a videos in this phone, you'll see some kind of video is divided into two parts. That's a small problem which is going on in the Realme X7 Max. I'm not sure whether you will be able to notice in this video or not. Try to focus exactly in the corner. You will see the video, the image is going up and down. As you can see in this spot, this is exactly straight line which will divide the video into two parts. So this is happening I'm not sure whether it is happening in every unit, but in some units you can actually see this kind of problem in the Realme X7 Max. If you keep all the problems aside, both displays are really great to watch. I did like this punch hole, small punch hole. So obviously I'll try to prefer the Mi Line X only because of big screen. I do like the big screen phones. That's the one reason. Next, regarding the build quality. Build quality, the Realme X7 Max has got plastic build quality, but still you do have the really good 3.5mm jack and less weight. That's another thing. Two advantages with this phone if you keep the plastic thing aside. In the Mi Line X device, there is no 3.5mm jack. Absolutely, that's another drawback in this phone. So, and the build quality is also not great. I mean, not bad. It's kind of close to 200 grams. So it's kind of good, I would say. Definitely, you'll get the really good premium kind of feeling when you're trying to use this phone. That's really great to see. So in the build quality section, it's up to you to decide which phone. If you want 3.5mm jack, Realme X7 Max. If you don't care 3.5mm jack, then absolutely Mi Line X device because of having really good gloss type finishing, and even you do have the IR blaster on the top. That's also another bonus advantage. So loudspeakers, both phones are really great in terms of the Dolby Atmos, no issues. Next, regarding the camera. So regarding the camera, the back camera Realme X7 Max is good, and front camera Mi11X good. I'll try to show you exactly live example. Let me try to show you the couple of shots which are taken. So this is the same front camera shot which are taken in both phones at same time. You can see the wide angle in the Mi11X is really good. Wide angle lens, it's very good in the Mi Line X device. You can actually cover more subject in the frame. That is the one thing which I did like about the Mi Line X device. And even the background also will not be oversaturated. The background, you can see there are some water drops on the wall which you can clearly see in the Mi Line X device, but you cannot see much in the Realme X7 Max. That's another thing which I thought of just mentioning. So in the front cam section, the Mi11X is a clear winner. And next is in terms of the night mode. Night mode, the Realme X7 Max slightly have the advantage, little bit. Sometimes the Realme X7 Max, but sometimes the Mi11X device in terms of night mode. You can see in this picture, both phones are having really great colors in terms of the colors. As you can see more details in the Mi11X device, but not in the Realme X7 Max. You can see in terms of the camera in the night mode, but only in terms of stabilization and all the details. I did like kind of both phones. Let me show you a couple of shots. And both phones are really great in terms of the camera capabilities, no problem. And front camera wide angle is really good, as I said. That's another thing which I thought of just mentioning. So not much complaint, friends, regarding the camera. So regarding the camera, I think slightly a little bit kind of advantage for the Realme X7 Max, less a little bit, but not much. And camera in the Mi Line X device, you can only record up to 4K 30 FPS. There is no 4K 60 FPS option. That's another thing. So the Realme X7 Max has got the 4K 60 FPS option as well in this phone. So that's one more thing which I thought of just mentioning. So next, let's move to the connectivity. In terms, if you want a in-depth camera comparison, try to type in the YouTube. You can find all the videos, so which I uploaded myself. So next, the connectivity, 5G bands, 7 5G bands and 2 5G bands. So Wi-Fi 6 compatible, and both are really great in the 4G plus connection. No issues, anything about the connectivity, no problem at all. And next is the other factors, battery and charging. So both phones are close to each other only, friends. 4500 mAh of battery, and the charging speed 50 minutes, and this takes up to 60 minutes and sometimes 65 and 70 minutes as well in the Mi11X device. So that's the one thing which you should definitely remember. And the battery backup, I think both phones, they are getting really great, not much issues. But with the recent software update in this phone, some of the users are actually experiencing slow battery backup. I mean, a lot of battery is getting draining in this Mi11X device. Yes, overnight battery draining is happening in this phone. Few of the users did mention this kind of problems with the Mi11X smartphone. So that's it, friends. These are the quick comparison between both phones. So final verdict is that the Mi11X has got advantage of few things, which is a processor, which is Snapdragon processor, and performance little bit kind of better, not much, just a little bit. And display, big screen display and really small a punch hole. That's a very good thing. And next, regarding the build quality is also glossy. If you want gloss, that's another advantage with this phone. But the advantage with the Realme X7 Max is quite a lot. You do have the really low price, and you're getting the 3.5mm jack, and the phone is really less weight. That's another advantage with this phone, and which makes easy and comfortable to use in the single hand without any kind of issues. That's another really great thing about this Realme X7 Max device. So regarding the games, the Battlegrounds mobile right now you can play 90 FPS. That's also another advantage in this phone. But right now you cannot play PUBG and the Battlegrounds mobile 90 FPS in this device. You need to use a config file to play it. So these are the quick comparison, friends. Now it's said you all the advantages and disadvantages about these both phones. Now it's time up to you to decide which phone is the best to buy, and let me know in the comment section below if I miss any other points. That will be really great. And Realme UI, MI UI, you should not be worried. Both are kind of close to each other. And one more thing, the MI UI has got a really good advantage of using the custom ROMs and doing the bootloader and installing different custom ROMs. You can actually have a lot of them in the MI phones when compared with the Realme phones. Software updates wise, both phones should be kind of same, absolutely, because I do have experience and both are kind of really close to each other. Nothing much difference. See you in the next video, friends, and stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, bye.